Hi everyone, welcome to Possessed Guardians. If you are new to our videos, then my name is Laura and this is my journey into the paranormal world and specifically haunted dolls and objects. These are my two potentially haunted dolls that I have. So I have Martha and I have my beautiful Alice as well. I'll give you a little close-up of her. So Alice is a child spirit. She arrived yesterday. I've got no concept of time. She arrived very recently. I think it was yesterday. What day is it today? I don't know. So yeah, this is Alice, and then this is Martha. And Martha was a charity shop find, but as I've been working with her, I do find the more I'm inclined to believe that there's potentially a spirit attached to her as well. So her shoelace has come undone again. So the thing with Martha is her shoelaces will always come undone. I do them up several times a day and then I'll come back and they will be undone again. It's just one of her little quirks that she has, and it's quite cute actually. So I've got Martha and I've got Alice, and I said I would do a video for you about ways that you can communicate with your spirits. So I am super new to this world and a lot of it's a learning curve for me. So it's my way of just investigating, one, whether these two beautiful ladies have spirits, but two, learning more about that world and how you communicate with them, because it is super interesting and there's so much out there that we just don't know about. So yeah, I completely lost my train of thought then, and I actually forgot what I was explaining to you as I started talking, but I just went with it and hoped for the best. If you haven't watched our videos before, this is quite common. I have a gazillion thoughts in my head. I try to get them all out at once and I've got no filter. So yeah, that's just pretty much how we roll, and we're just a bit used to it now. So communicating with your spirit. So I do have a few apps on my phone. I do know that I don't believe them to be actually communicating with spirits. I think they are a great tool for entertainment and they are super fun and really interesting, but I don't really get a lot from them. I don't get, when I haven't used anything on Alice yet, but I have used the apps with Martha and I don't really get a lot of cohesive information from them. And I know that it is quite common when you talk to spirits that they don't necessarily have the same way of wording things that we do. Like they don't necessarily form sentences the way that we do, and it can be very abstract in the way that they answer. But I mean, these were just ridiculous. It was just random words that had nothing to do with anything. And I had another app as well that I downloaded today, which was quite interesting, but just I think it most certainly is for entertainment purposes only. So what it is it has it uses your camera on your phone and it picks up on spirits, and what you actually can see are like misty bits moving around the room, and it will then tell you what these spirits are trying to say. So the way that a lot of these apps are supposed to work is that it is picking up on radio waves, sound waves, and that's what the spirits use to communicate to you with, which is quite a common phenomenon. It's not something new. It's been around for many years, and it's been used by quite a lot of ghost hunters and used successfully if you believe in the results that they got. However, I think these apps most certainly aren't the real deal. I do have to at some point invest in the proper tools, but at the moment it's just a bit unfeasible money wise, just obviously furlough and lockdown and all that jazz. So I am going to save up for some proper equipment because I think that would be super interesting. But the app that I was just talking about, the one that I was playing with earlier, So I had it on and I was just scanning it around the room, and for some reason I had picked up about 4 different spirits, 3 men, 1 woman, and no, maybe it was 5, maybe it was 5 spirits. I think it was 3 men, 2 women. 2 of the men were evil. One was in their 40s, one was in their 30s. The women 44, 22, I think. I'm not sure, but I did think, well, how have you come to that conclusion from just this little apparition floating across the room? It was a bit random, but it also did say some random words as well. The only thing that I did find that was quite interesting was that it did say the name Daniel, and that's my husband's name. And it also at some point said the word prison, and my husband works for the prison service. So I thought that was super interesting, quite a good coincidence. But I don't believe that these apps are what they say they are. I am going to use the one that I've just spoke about with my lovely ladies just to see, but it is more of an entertainment purpose than actual serious, spirit communication. So the tools that I do use at the moment, so I do have a pendulum. So I have used a pendulum with Martha, and that's how I found out her name was Martha and that she was 62. And I did ask her if she was happy here, and she said that she was. So I choose to believe that. This is my first pendulum. So this is a clear quartz pendulum. And the reason I picked this is if you're into crystals, you'll know that all crystals have different properties. And clear quartz, I had read somewhere that was a very good crystal for communicating to spirit, so I picked that one. And then my other pendulum that I picked this one, which is a beautiful copper pendulum. Sorry, Alice, I just knocked her over, poor little thing. So this is my copper pendulum. It's very heavy, this one. Actually, it's very weighted, but you can buy all sorts online. You don't have to spend a fortune on them. I didn't. I picked them up for a couple of quid each on Amazon. So yeah, I think if you're just starting out, then you don't necessarily have to go in full whack and buy the most expensive. They work just as well. All you need is something weighted, and then enough length for it to be able to move, and something comfortable for you to be able to hold it with. So I have a little disc here, which is quite cute. It has a little tree on there. So what you would do is you're supposed to cleanse your pendulums, and then you're supposed to charge them. So to charge them, you just need to charge them with your energy. So you would hold them for about 15 minutes. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. So some people like to have it close to their heart. Sorry, I think they're going to disown me. I don't mean to hit you in the face, my love. As you can see, I'm not the most delicate of people. So I cleansed this and I charged it with my energy, and I did use it to talk to Martha. Again, at this moment in time, I don't know how much I believe it's my ladies communicating as opposed to more of me wanting that result. So I definitely need to spend a bit more time almost, I suppose, like meditating. They say meditation is quite good, or grounding yourself so that you can clear your mind before you go into it. So I think that's definitely something that I'm going to look into. I think if I'm going to do this, then I most certainly want to give it the best chance of having results. So the easiest way, your arm will get tired and your arm will move. So the best thing is to rest your arm on something, on the counter, table, whatever, so that you're not having to hold it out, because you will find that you're going to get a lot of movement that way. But I definitely recommend getting a pendulum. They're quite fun to experiment with. You can use them for other things as well. You don't just have to use them for talking to spirits. You can use them for locating items. If you've got a missing item, they've been used by psychics to find missing people. Super interesting. I do recommend doing some research into pendulums if you do have any sort of a psychic, not what's the word I'm looking for, psychic interest, if you have an interest in psychics and the paranormal, then most certainly have a little nose at pendulums. So another method that I will be using, I haven't used it yet, are dowsing rods. So dowsing rods, or I think they call them, another word is like divination rods, and they are used very similar to the pendulum. So you ideally you need to do yes or no answers, and they will move in the way that your spirit wants them to as regards to the answer. So if you were to say, is your name Martha, then they would move into the yes position. So what you do need to do is you need to make sure that you have set up with your spirit what a yes looks like and what a no looks like. I haven't used them yet. I don't really know why, but I have these really cool, they look like pens, and they are extendable. They look they look a bit lethal, don't they? Ooh. So thank you. These are used, as you can tell, I am a pro with them already. So you get two, and you would hold one in each hand, and they originally actually were used for finding water, which is super interesting. So I am going to try them in the flat and just see if they can find the tap, which is, you know, just my way of entertaining myself, really. But yeah, I'm most certainly going to try these, and I think they're super interesting as well. So these actually might be a bit easier to show you guys on the camera, whereas when I videoed my pendulum conversation with Martha, you just couldn't see what I was seeing on the video, and that's why I didn't share it with you guys. And also I was a bit unsure as to whether the results were Martha or whether they were more myself, so I need some more practice for that. Another note actually about pendulums that I should have mentioned is you can also use charts. So you can have charts, they're very similar, or some of them are very similar to what a Ouija board looks like, or a Ouija, I don't really know the right way to say it, I've always called it a Ouija board, so a spirit board, it's a bit fancier. So yeah, so it's a bit similar to that, where it can have like yes, no, maybe, don't want to answer, and you would hold your pendulum in the starting spot, and then it would move to the area that your spirit was indicating. I haven't used that yet. Once I'm more comfortable with a pendulum, and then I'll probably start looking into the different balls. Do you know what it is? It's because the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is a ball. And I've actually forgotten I don't know, I hope you know what I was trying to say. But yeah, once I have figured out how to use pendulums comfortably, I will look into much more fun things that I can do. There we go, we get there in the end, don't we? So balls, slightly inappropriate. Another great tool that I have come across, I've seen quite a lot with in the haunted doll community, are these little they're like cat sensor toys. I don't have a cat. I imagine if you have a cat, you'll probably know more about these than I do, but my understanding of it is they will light up from movement. So each of my ladies, each of them, because obviously I've got a billion, my two ladies have one each, and they can then use these to communicate and just show their presence. So super interesting. My ladies haven't used them yet, or they might have, but not when I've been around. My understanding is that sometimes it takes a little while for the spirits to not necessarily get comfortable. Like Martha's super comfortable communicating, but it's more that they're not sure how to use the technology that we have. So it's about them learning what that object is and then working out how to use it so that they can communicate. But these are super fun, and I'm really hoping that at some point I'll catch one of them lighting them up. I think Alice will really enjoy it, but she's still quite shy at the moment. She's still getting used to her environment, and I think she's just a little bit overwhelmed. So I think once she has properly settled in, it will be a different story. And a lady on the haunted doll community, so I shared Alice's picture, and she got phenomenal love from these haunted doll groups. They all absolutely adore Alice. I love you as well, Martha. Sorry, I don't want you to feel left out. Um, so yeah, they absolutely love Alice. They loved you too, Martha, but I'm talking about Alice right now. So yeah, so they were saying that she's literally going to run rings around you. She's super mischievous, and she is going to cause you some entertainment. I don't know if entertainment's the right word. I think she's going to be fun, to say the least. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about the tools that you can use to communicate with spirits. There are a lot more out there, and I will at some point talk to you a bit more about them, but I don't want to overload you with so much information in one video. And also, we know how hard it is for me to string a sentence together and hold a cohesive conversation. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'm so glad that you have stuck through it this far. I would love to say that at some point I'm going to become this amazing superstar on the camera, but yeah, I'm really not. This is just me, and this is who I am, and this is how I am in real life, so this is how I am on TV as well. TV, because I'm obviously on the TV, on the video. So yeah, so I will be working with these two lovely ladies over the next few days, and I will be posting some more videos for you guys just to keep you updated on their progress, and hopefully show you a little bit of the, not necessarily the pendulum work, but definitely the dowsing rods, because they look like they would show up quite well on the camera. If you do have any comments, if you pick up any vibes from my beautiful ladies, if you've seen anything a bit weird in these videos that I haven't quite seen, then absolutely give us a comment below. If there's something that you want me to talk a bit more in depth about, please comment below. Give us a follow, give us a like, share our page, share our videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will speak to you soon. Take care.